Fingerprint, ada fingerprint.
Ambil kat lipat belakang waktu rumah makan.
Fingerprint.
Walaupun ada yang datang lambat, itu lagi je.
Right, can we start?
Yes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning to all. First of all, thank you for your time and presence to my final internship presentation this morning. So as you all know, today is going to be my last day of my internship here. So I will sum up everything that I've done for the past 4 months of my internship here in my final internship presentation. Okay, next. So today I will divide my presentation into two main parts: my internship summary and also my overall experience and feedback. I was only given like 20 minutes to present, so I will try to sum up everything as fast and as best as. Okay, but before I start with my sharing session, I will first start with short storytelling. Can I? Okay. So here are two names. Anyone has any idea who these guys are?
Aku tahu.
No.
Ada Liverpool ni. Mana?
Tak boleh sebut. Not time to guess.
So these two guys, yes, these two guys were once playing for Liverpool football team. If I'm not mistaken, in late 30s and 40s.
Betul ke, Man?
So
betul kan?
okay, in the late 30s and 40s.
True fan dia.
So
Apa?
here is
Kali
the story
sepak dah.
about Ian St. John. Okay, Ian St. John, when he first arrived at Liverpool, he was still struggling with his future career because despite playing as a professional football player, he had still interested to pursue in medicine to become a doctor. That was until he met Roger Hunt at Liverpool. So every day they will meet together on the training ground, doing all the training drills together, playing matches together, winning matches together. So Ian St. John started to impress and amaze at Roger Hunt dedication, achievement as well as mentality. That was the starting point. Ian St. John started to develop his love for football and started to push himself to become a better player than Roger Hunt. And now Ian St. John is considered as one of Liverpool all-time legends. Okay, so what this story has to do with my presentation? I believe I have experienced the same story here. When I first arrived here, I was someone with legal background. I was studying and doing law in my university and perhaps never had any intention to pursue in banking. But soon after, I met several people here, or I met my Roger Hunt here, that pushed me to become a banker, and I started to develop my love in banking. So who are these persons? Next. So here.
Peluk sikit, peluk. Peluk gambar. Batu ni apa gambar tadi?
That had me to develop my love in banking. You want to know why? Okay, maybe I have to continue with my presentation first. Let's see if it's got time, then I'll come back here. Okay? Alright, so let's start with my internship summary next. So I divide my internship summary, all things that I've done for the past 4 months, into 4 sections: group learning, sensation, CSR, video editing, and also head-on task. So we will go through each of them very briefly. So the first one is group learning and sharing session. So I have involved in a few series of sharing sessions, group learning with Karus, with Hafiz, with Kamal also, and Aizat from Syariah. So here are all mainly focusing on learning the Islamic contracts and also Islamic products. So here are all the topics that we have covered in the past 4 months. So the first one is self-introductory. If you still remember my first sharing session, I have presented myself, explaining my background of study, explaining what I want to pursue in future if I'm not continuing in banking. And the second one is istisna. Okay, a brief about istisna. Istisna is a sale and purchase of an asset that is yet to be constructed at an agreed price, place, time, and specification. For example, if you want to buy a house that is yet to be constructed, so before you are into that contract to purchase that house, you have to agree with maybe the decoration of the house, where is the house located at, the price of the house, when is the expectation date that the house will complete. So that is kind of istisna. The second one is takwid. takwid is a compensation charge that the bank can impose to the customer for their late payment. Because the late payment for the customer cause loss to the bank, so the bank can impose this compensation charge. So there are two types of compensation rate that can be used, either to use a fixed rate of 1% or to use IIMM rate in Islamic Interbank Market. Okay. And the third one is COD. The COD I have presented in my previous sharing session. COD is very simple actually. COD is a kind of interest-free loan. For example, if a customer comes to the bank, deposit his money, now the bank owns that money and can use that money for any investment or any business purpose. So if that customer wants to get that deposit, so the customer can anytime go and retrieve the cash from the bank. The fourth one is Tawar. Tawar is pretty much similar with commodity murabah trading that I have learned with Aizat in BZBT. So Tawaruk is a contract of two sales involving three parties. This is quite complex, but it's pretty much easy to understand. Tawaruk or commodity murabah trading is two sales contract with three parties. So when a customer approach the banks to make a loan or a financing, so in Islamic bank, the bank cannot impose any profit, not profit, cannot impose any interest, right? Yes, interest, right? So the only thing that we can gain is by imposing profit. So now, when the customer approach the bank for any financing, what the bank will do is the bank will execute the commodity murabah trading. So the customer will appoint the bank as a wakalah to purchase the commodity from the commodity provider such as Bursa. So when bank purchase the commodity from Bursa, now the bank owns that commodity as a representative of that customer. Okay, now bank as the second party will buy again that commodity from the bank itself as a wakalah, and the cash will be given to the customer as a financing. Okay, so now the customer is in debt with the bank plus profit. So the bank will give. So the second contract will be the cost of that commodity plus profit. So that is tawaruk. Ijarah is a leasing agreement. It's actually quite simple. Ijarah is a leasing agreement, or for you to impose anyone into any renting of a property. For example, you rent a house or heavy machinery. So that is kind of ijarah. Commodity murabah is like tawaruk. But additional info here is that BZD is the central commodity provider here. So what I understand from BZD team is that every day, for now they have like around 5 BU business unit. They have like 9 business units that every day will send email for them, request email for them to do commodity purchase at Bursa. So what they have to do is that they have to make a check, a regular check of that amount requested by BU and also amount replied by the Bursa. Okay, and business continuity management, BCM is a contingency plan. If our bank, let's say our bank face or experience any unforeseen emergency such as pandemic, COVID or any riot, so if even bank is experiencing that kind of unforeseen emergency, the bank can still operate the business as usual. So under BCP, we have MTD, maximum tolerance downtime, which refers to the maximum period of time that we can exclude it from performing our business. And the most critical section here is BZD. The MTD is less than 24 hours, which means they only have around 24 hours and below to be excluded from any business operation. Okay, that is group lending and sharing session. The second one is CSR and EES. Of course, I also a part of EES member. We have implemented few CSR. Autism Awareness Talk, I was the MC. For autism, I was the MC. OABB Raya Gathering, I was also the MC and conducting the game. You still remember the game that we played on the what we call? Like Kahoot, not Kahoot, but like Kahoot lah. Yes. Yes, quizzes. Okay. The third one is video editing. So apart
Online
from
games. Online games.
online games, yeah. So apart from learning all Islamic operations in my family saying, I'm also involved in video editing. So obviously there's no one here that is capable of doing this. So all this video editing and also visual materials me.
Iman cakap, no one here capable of doing it.
Alif.
Ali tu resign.
So
Gimbal ni, buang gimbal
the
ni.
first one is Adifitri Raya video. I think that was my very first task here with Kak Marianti. Already posted on YouTube. So the last time I checked, we have like 100 something views. I think that's pretty much okay for OABB. The second one.
Our standard very low.
Kalau lebih dari 10 tu okey.
The second one is
Punya follower kat ni kalah kat
OCBC on supporting special needs children. This one was supervised by Firman. I was helping Firman for his presentation. OCBC on supporting special needs children. So in this task, I interviewed a few staff who are parents of special needs children to know their feedbacks on what OCBC have done to support them in taking care of their special needs children. The third one is PLC and PVA game. So this one was under Fiz, Biggest Loser Challenge. So I made a video. Actually that video was to celebrate our winner kat Rock, but she was not here at that moment.
Overseas.
She was hiking the Everest
Highest mountain in the world.
So
Tadi tapak je lah kan. Hilang akal tu sampai atas. Tapi sampai Indonesia. Achievement.
And the last one, also the latest one is our current ongoing CSR. One jacket, one life BBM. So I have produced one poster and one video. Initially we only targeted like 50 orders, right? So at the end we managed to surpass that target. We have
Promotional material dia bagus.
300. Okay, we have 300.
300 jacket.
300 for this.
6 times. 6 times.
Okay, so and also the last part is ad hoc task. So there are few, actually there are many. So but I just list down a few that is I think very important. The first one is staff compulsory training. So generally all employees here are required to undergo compulsory training within the given period of time. So if you are among those who have ever received reminder email to complete your training because you have the certain amount of days left, so the person that checked your remaining dates was me lah. Okay, and OABB organization chart, I have updated our organizational chart because previously we have few staff resigning, right? So I have updated organization chart. The third one is Taylor event update for OABB open house. This one was with corporate com because I attended our OABB open house in I'm not sure where was it, but Chef Wan. So I have all this visual material to provide to corporate com. And Project Beyond, collaboration between OABB and Indie International Contribution. So this collaboration was mainly focusing on to produce our advertisement and also our advertisement on Merdeka, right? So we have collaborated with Indie College, have involved in one or two meeting with them, which the students from Indie presented their draft and also final outcome in the last two meetings. Islamic Product Certification actually this was from Kak Rus. She has few times given me like a raw documents or policy documents from BNF, which from that document I have to study and went through all the documents and I have to extract all necessary information and transform it into a simple slides and also training materials. AML CFT news awareness. This is actually the weekly reminder email that I've sent to all employees, mainly on the topics of money laundering, fraud, phishing. Okay, and the last one is Bumi Putra agenda. This was under Kamal himself, which I was asked to involve in research materials. What other banks are currently doing to penetrate their Bumi Putra segments, and also I have conducted a survey. So some of you have also participated in that survey. Thank you. So and okay, and the next part is my overall experience and also feedback. So for these 4 months of attachment here and working with all of you, what I can say is the first one in terms of communication, of course, I have communicated with I think almost all of you have. We have communicated, especially when delivering the task given. So through that communication, through the group learning session, presentation, study session, I truly believe that it has highly impacted in improvising my communication skills. And also, apart from communication, is my involvement, like I have presented earlier. I also involved in CSR, in few projects, in few learning materials. So I also indirectly